Hey y'all, Crystal Austin here. So I am here for week 2 of the Success Kickstarter. So just to recap, last week we started the Success Kickstarter where we are going through my journal, my success tracker journal, evidence of my becoming a 90-day daily success tracker. So again, that is what we started last week. I went over a little bit about the journal, how it is structured, as well as what we're covering for this month, because each month has its own theme and also each week has its own theme. So let me go back and let you know what that is. So with month one is laying the foundation. So that is what we're talking about for this month. This month is about building awareness, showing up with intention, and learning to see success in every form, whether big wins, small steps, and in identifying shifts. So you're gaining momentum, you're laying the foundation, you're doing what you need to do to recognize the small wins that you have. All right. So um that was the thing for month one, and each week there is a focus. So week one, which was last week, was on awareness and alignment. So we were focusing on noticing wins, honoring effort, building identity-based success habits. So noticing small wins, choosing alignment over autopilot, doing things intentionally instead of just on autopilot, and celebrating your effort. It's not about being perfect, it's not about perfection. You are celebrating your small wins and you want to recognize yourself those wins and see the truth and within yourself and your growth that you are experiencing right now, even at the beginning of this journey together. So that was week one. And before I go to week two, I do want to tell you that I do really hope that all of you take advantage of this opportunity to um, do this success Kickstarter with me. So I created this success trackers so you can recognize where you have grown, recognize the woman that you're becoming, because we all have um, this woman that we want to be, right? So, and a lot of times we get distracted by our daily routines, get distracted about by things that are going on in our lives where we don't put the focus on ourselves. We're like, I'm trying to do things, progress in life, trying to get better, but we don't prioritize ourselves in our own transformation. So here is your opportunity to do this with me. And we are making those steps towards transformation, because transformation doesn't happen on its own. It takes action for transformation to happen. It's it takes your action. All right. It's not just a belief in your head and it's automatically going to happen. It's not just praying about it and it's going to automatically happen. We have to put in the work towards our transformation. All right. So that is what we are doing. And part of that transformation is recognizing things about ourselves, where we are growing. What are we doing in our lives to help change our mindsets, right? So that is what we do throughout each day as we go through the success tracker. We are so used to focusing on things that have gone wrong with that we don't focus on the things that have gone right. We don't focus on the wins. We don't focus on where we have grown. We don't put the attention on who I'm becoming or what I've done to put in the effort to grow and become the woman that I am desiring to be. So it's really putting attention on that instead of what went wrong. We're putting attention on where we are growing, what is going right in our lives, being grateful, showing gratitude for what is going on in our lives. And you know what? It's so, in a world right now, thing where we always focus on, especially with social media, right? We're always comparing ourselves to somebody else's life or whatever that we put down on ourselves. It's so easy to put down on ourselves nowadays because we see so many other things that we might desire or things that we think we need to be or whatever that is. But we need to focus on what's going on great in our lives, what's happening in our lives, what wins that we have in our lives, because there are some. You have wins, you just don't put attention to them. You have to think a little bit harder about your wins than you do what has gone wrong. And it's so unfortunate that it's like that. We have to, like they used to say, and I'm a church girl, we used to say, count your blessings, right? So where are your blessings? You have some. Put your attention to them, where you have grown, what you have done in your life, how God has blessed you, the things that you have accomplished, the mindset shifts that you have made in that day, something that you've done maybe for yourself or for your family, acknowledging the wins. All right. So, um, let me just share one that I wrote down. All right. I'll share a couple. Um, so a lot of some of my wins for last week was my consistency. So sometimes we let fear get the best of us. We get scared, especially those of us who want to do things or try different things that we haven't done before, or things that's outside of our comfort zone. Or we have this thing about perfection and we want to get things all perfectly right before we show up. So sometimes that can play a part in the way you procrastinate, because you don't truly believe in yourself and what you're doing, and you procrastinate because if you don't believe it, like, why do I want to put myself in that position if I don't really believe it? All right. So consistently showing up is one of the things that I acknowledge about myself. Consistently showing up when even when I don't feel like it, when doing things towards um, my purpose and how I've been called, and showing up consistently, um, right, without overthinking, right. So that is one thing, and it doesn't even have to be around your purpose. It can be something that is with going on with your family. So, and I'll share this example. So this weekend, so Saturday for my kids was hair wash day, and hair wash day is a job. I have two girls with very long, thick hair. So one of my wins for that day was I got through hair wash day. So it doesn't just have to be about work or goals or your purpose or calling. What's something that you are proud of that you accomplished, right? And even those kind of things can build up your momentum and build up your confidence, because you actually did something that you didn't want to do, or you showed up in a way that you really didn't feel like it. So it can be anything, all right? It doesn't just have to be about your career or about a business or about a ministry or about anything like that. It's great that it is, um, but it can be about anything. Just how you are within yourself. Did you overcome this mindset thing? If you have an issue with worrying, all right, did you go through something that day and say, okay, I'm not about to worry about this. I'm going to do what I can and let God take care of the rest. That is a win. Okay. So those kind of things, whatever it is, write it down. And I keep this with me. I keep my book with me, not necessarily when I'm going out doing grocery shopping and stuff like that, but I do bring it with me most of the time. And whenever something that comes to my mind or something that I do, I'm like, oh, that's a win. I did that. So, and I go ahead and write it down before I forget. Or you can do it in the beginning of your day or at the end of your day, whatever works for you. So with that being said, last week was week one. I did all the daily success tracker pages and did a reflection after at the end of the week for week one. All right. And this is week two. So let's get on with that. So week two is courage and consistency. All right. So the focus for week two is taking small risks, showing up boldly, and choosing consistency. This week, I will practice courage in small ways, follow through even when I don't feel like it, take one bold, aligned action, track progress without pressure. And you may say that sounds a lot like week one. So, yeah, so we're taking our time and doing the things. This month is laying the foundation, right? It's not going to be jumping from one thing one week and then a totally different thing the next week. We're building on each week and laying the foundation. All right. We're making sure that foundation is firm and sound. So, what's something that makes you nervous to think about, but you know you have to do it? Start it. All right. What's one small action towards that progress? Again, if you have something on your mind to do, you know you need to do it. It makes you kind of nervous. It makes you a little bit uncomfortable. I want you to do something towards that. It may not necessarily be you doing the whole total thing. Take one small piece of that and do that, if you know what I mean. So if you are in the process of writing a book or something like that, and you need to start write, you need to write a chapter, write one chapter, or write your outline, or if you're on a social media platform and you're sharing your message, you know, do a live stream. Or if you're scared of doing a live stream at the moment, record a video and post it. All right, what is something that you can do? Something that makes you nervous to think about, but you know you have to do it. Just start a part of it. All right, and show that progress. Explore why you don't feel like it though. Why don't you feel like doing it? Are you tired? Are you scared? Are you lacking belief? Take the time to explore that. All right? Because that's important. If you're tired, that's one thing. If you're tired, rest. All right? That was one of my wins last week too. I was tired, so I took some time to rest. All right? Now many of us, too many of us, I'll say it like that, don't do that. All right? All right. Are you scared? Or is it a lack of belief or something else? Really think about why you don't feel like doing something. All right. And I would say a lot of times that's a lack of belief. So really explore that and see where you can build up your courage to at least do one thing. But I do want you at some point to take one bold action. Um, Instead of just that small piece of thing that helps you towards the progress, and maybe it's later in the week. All right. Take one bold action. What's something you can do? Or something that you can do, but you can commit to yourself to do it. All right. All right. And a reminder to track progress without judging yourself if it doesn't go as planned. If you take this step, if you take this bold action, don't be hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself to a point where it's like, I just knew it will fail, or I knew I couldn't do it. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself some grace, and just know that you are making progress. All right. Have Show up with courage and consistency. What is something that you can do to even surprise yourself. So you'll, be able to count that as a win too. And I promise you, when you start doing something that's uncomfortable, doing something where you have to show a little bit of courage, it'll get easier and easier. All right. Not saying that you will never be nervous ever again, or scared ever again, or have any anxiety ever again, but you will know that you have the courage to do it. You will have some courage to show up boldly. You will have the courage to take the risk that you need. All right, so that is week 2, courage and consistency. I want y'all to show up boldly. I want y'all to reveal some of your courageousness that I know that you have. All right, and show some consistency. This is where we're going to get the ball rolling. Okay, this laying the foundation, but still getting the ball rolling. All right, and do your daily success trackers on each day. Write down your wins for the day. Write down your growth moment. One thing you did that reflects the woman you're becoming, and how you showed up as the woman who dot dot dot. And what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? That is so important. Gratitude is very important to focus on. All right, so that is it for um, Success Kickstarter for week 2. Now, if you have any questions, reach out to me. If you still need to order your success tracker, I'll have the links in either wherever you're watching from, either in the comments, or if you're in my school community, it will be in the classroom in that area. So, or again, if you are confused about where to go or what to do, reach out to me. I have no problem with you asking me any questions that you have. And again, please take advantage of this. I am doing this with you. All right. So this is my today, and I am going through this with you. And I'm excited about what's going to happen at the end of this 90 days. So I will be showing up weekly for the next 90 days. So we will be going through this together. And I promise you, like I said in the last video, you will be transformed by the end of this 90 days. There is no way that you will go through these 90 days and not be changed by the end of these 90 days. So I guarantee that you will see lots of progress, and you will see yourself differently. You will see the woman that you're becoming by the end of these 90 days. And hopefully that'll start a continual habit in you, in your life, and not just take this 90 days and that's it, but continue this and still continue building on it and growing, because life is a constant growth process, right? We're always growing and progressing in life. So I'm here with you. I see you. I hear you. And let's get this going. All right. I'll talk to you later.